We are checking out an item that is going to really change the way we work here in the studio, but really, this is something that's going to be great on the go. This is a Comica. Now these are dual lavalier kits, and they're good for, like just SLR shooting, handycam shooting, and even professional shooting. They come with XLR, and they also come with an 1/8 inch plug for your whatever you're going to be using, so they should work with just about everything out there. Now the bottom line with these things, it's been really difficult to get two lavaliers working through one unit. That's just not really been a thing in the low price point. You've got some other things out there that are around the same price point, but they only support one lavalier. So to get something like this with a build quality like this, under $500 is pretty cool. Now we have the CVM-WM200. It's one you guys are listening to right now. It's on my chest right here. And then we also have the CVM-WM300. Now the main difference in the two is that the one in my hand here, they're both solid metal construction. This one uses AA batteries and does not have the IR on board for syncing up. Then with the 300, you have lithium ion batteries built in, and because of that, it feels really solid. Maybe a little more solid than this because everything's completely enclosed. There's no battery compartment, and with those, they last a very long time. We used them at CES. If you guys saw the CES videos and all that, the audio coming out of that was pretty much just straight audio from these devices. The range on these, 394 feet, and we've taken wireless lavs to CES before, but had trouble with frequency crosstalk and that sort of thing. These things have 96 channels to choose from, so didn't have to worry about that with the range and everything. And also the two different frequencies, we have mic A and mic B. They also work on a range of different frequencies. You can go in and specifically set exactly what you want. It's up in the 500 megahertz range, so pick the exact frequency that you want, and then it should be just fine. We had virtually no crosstalk at CES. It was ridiculous. All right, so Justin also has his mic on. One of the things that's really cool about this is when you have both mics on, you can run it in mono and just have both channels being on the same thing, or you can run it in stereo. And since you can set the volume independently on each different unit, it makes it really freaking easy to go in and post and tune each channel exactly how you want it. Above and beyond that, you've got the low frequency cut, which is great for when you're out running around on the show floor or outside or something like that, and there's that hum in the background you just want to cut out, and you may get a slightly tinnier sound, but it's going to cut out that low rumble. So anyway, Justin, you got yours on? He's going to unmute his.
Unmuted.
Unmuted. So now we're
How's it
both
going?
talking. Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
So he's over there on the other side of the room, just hanging out.
Yep.
Another really cool and interesting idea for this. This is kind of a far-fetched idea, but let's say you're streaming with multiple people. You could get a couple of these and both be using the same wireless kit while you're streaming. That would work for live video and also streaming on Twitch and that sort of thing. That's just another side option you could use for it. How do you like it? The feel, the build quality.
I like it. Thought these things were really, really nice when we started using them. Like our first actual field test was for CES and stuff. So we kind of did like a trial by fire with these things. Battery longevity that they had on them. I also really, I accidentally dropped mine at one point in time, and I was really happy that it didn't like pop the wire out because the things actually screw into it and stuff like some of the like really high quality audio stuff does. So I was really enjoying that about that, and it was really easy once you read through the booklet and stuff to manipulate everything on here. They worked nicely and they worked easily.
I guess I'll go ahead and cover the rest of the specs right now. What he just mentioned was the screw-on top, a screw-on plug. I love that. It just clamps it down. These are also gold-plated, so they're going to work for quite a while. Won't have to worry about it corroding or anything like that. Now, you really can set these up on auto and just kind of go with them, but I like the fact that you have so many different options to choose from. Also, you can set these up to be long range or I guess low power or high power, depending on what you need for your use case. The dimensions on these units are about the same as all the others on the market, 84 by 63.5 by 23 millimeters. And you have two antennas on the receiver, one antenna also obviously on each transmitter. In the 300 model, the lithium ion battery is 3.7 volts, 2,000 milliamp hours. And it really does last a long time on standby, like a very, very, very long time. We literally went the entire day at CES without turning these things off. I would just hit the mute button on top, and in order to mute it, you just tap the power button once, and it will mute. If you want to turn it off, you hold the power button down. But we just left these things on standby all day long, and the battery was about a third left by the time we got done. Now, one other thing that's interesting about the lithium ion version is, let's say you're somewhere and you're worried about running out of battery. Well, you can pretty much have infinite battery if you carry around battery packs. Just plug it in to the micro USB on the bottom and then just keep going all day I mean, imagine having like a 10,000 milliamp hour, milliamp hour battery bank with you. Just plug it in and let it go. So as far as the overall sound quality goes, well, a lot of that's going to be based upon the lav. And I feel like these lavs sound a little muffled, but if you go in and bring up the highs just a little bit, add a little bit of sparkle on top, it sounds pretty good. So with a little EQ, it sounds awesome, but let's try it out with my favorite microphone. All right, here's a microphone that I've purchased several of because they're like $25 a piece and they sound about like a $100 Sennheiser microphone. The link is gonna be in the description beneath the links to these two units here, just in case you're curious as to what it was. But you guys can hear the sound difference. In this price range, I'm not sure if it really justifies buying an extra lavalier because after a little bit of tweaking, these lavs that come with it sound pretty good. But it's going to be up to you as to which one you think sounds the best. And the main thing here for me is that now we have a dual lav system. If you guys want to take this and go a little bit further, you guys can get 4 of these on one camera with the addition of like a Ceramonic like we have here on our system, and we'll throw some B-roll on the screen from the Handycam. You can actually hook up 2 of these. They come with a hot shoe mount, and then plug both of them up through XLR and then feed that into your camera. It's a bit of a robot you're building at that point, but you can have 4 of these things hooked up to the same machine with very little effort and for a decent price. You have a plethora of accessories. So we have all the little brackets here so you can clip them onto your clothing or your back pocket or wherever so you don't lose them, on your belt maybe. We have some tiny little wind muffs. It's not really a dead cat, it's too small for that, but we have these are going to be for outside. We have hot shoe mounts, and they've given us several of those in the box, 1 for each unit. If you guys want to mount these things, well, I guess hot shoe, cold shoe, it'd be more the specific term, but this makes it really easy to mount on all of your gear. And then they have given us gold-plated cables for both XLR and, like I said, the eighth of an inch. With the 300 units, you guys get some small micro USB charging cables. You get 2 of those. I'm not sure why they didn't include a 3rd one for the main. I don't know why they didn't. So we had to grab another one off the shelf. But all in all, we're freaking loving these things. And they're going to be a lot of fun when we start filming more documentary style stuff. Or just like while we're making the game and stuff, we'll throw these things on while we're running around the office so we don't have to be tied to a desk where there's actually a microphone hanging out there. And I'm probably going to use these things for streaming too, because that way we can both be fed into the same thing without having to run cords everywhere. They sound good enough, they're minimal enough, and if we get up and want to goof around while we're streaming and keep talking, like while I'm making coffee or something, they're going to be great for that. So, and as far as the range in the office goes, we can go way out in the hallway and everything. There's no big deal. So anyway, let us know what you guys think of these Comica units. Again, WM300 and WM200. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and throw them in the comments, especially on the forum. That's where we see them the most. And be sure to check out our store, grab a t-shirt. We'll see you guys later.